what's up? It's Brian and Jose. Wow. Okay, let's get it out of the way. This morning we woke up to cover the Apple iPhone event. Here's the thing we did not expect to be sitting in front of. It's Super Mario. Super Mario Run was announced for the iPhone today. And the iPad.
On Apple stage, of all places. Miyamoto, Bill Trinen, walking you through the game. This was the thing no one was expecting. We were all talking about headphone ports and double cameras and what's going to happen to the home button. But, you know, a long time ago, at least, you know, you and myself would theorize, like one day Nintendo should show up on Apple stage, but we always assumed they'd be there talking about something we knew about. For example, Animal Crossing is supposed to come out this holiday. An app for that. Fire Emblem is supposed to have an app sometime this year. And then out of nowhere, Super Mario Run, a side-scrolling Mario platformer that can be played with one hand.
Yeah, so I think it's going to play sort of similar to Rayman Jungle Run, which is one of my favorite games on iOS. The idea of having a platformer that's sort of buttonless is really smart. It's not something ideal when you look at like fake D-pads and fake buttons. It doesn't always work, but I think this is something that's actually going to make a lot of sense. Yeah. Nintendo's had a long history of working with touchscreens, so this is perfect for that. Well, I'm so surprised right now. This is so cool.
Looking at it, it's obviously everything you think Mario should be, which is a side-scroller, but then it's him leapfrogging over Goombas, it's him jumping up and sort of grabbing on like Jungle Gym style across like a sort of a bridge or something, and you see a lot of just, you know, obviously the sort of expectation of this is a skillful platformer, but you also see room for, hey, it looks like I can pull off all these kinds of different combos within it. Now, we haven't played it. We're going to apparently at some point real soon, so we'll, you know, check out the site for like impressions and we'll write down everything, tell you all about it. But in terms of that Nintendo aesthetic and the idea of like, hey, this is not just going to be some run-of-the-mill platformer. You're going to have some skills to play this and be good at it. It seems that they brought the goods on this.
And I think seeing like leaderboards and stuff like that was really cool, very inspiring to see them. Basically, Nintendo has the opportunity now to top the iPhone charts with not only Pokemon Go, but also Super Mario Run. They've got Miitomo, so they've sort of been trickling out there with their name on things. This is huge. They kicked off the event saying that the iPhone is basically the biggest gaming platform in the world. Bold statement, but it's true. And if you think about how many games are downloaded on that store, having the #1 game franchise of all time be right there, it's good news. There's also, I did like a little glance on the iPhone store before, typing in Super Mario right now, which you can do on your phone. There are hundreds of clones of Mario games. This is obviously something people wanted for a long time. There's like Super Marlo and Lep's World and all this other nonsense. It's good to see this game coming there. I think this is going to be probably one of the biggest games of all time.
Yeah, and just to wrap this up, I guess the most important point from this is, you know, we've heard Nintendo kind of ever since they've entered the smartphone space talking about we're an entertainment brand. We are very cognizant of putting our characters where they need to be. This seems to be another move of them going where the gamers are. Like if that's the biggest pool of gamers that we can put a product out for, we're going to make you pay for this app. It's not going to be a free-to-play thing to start, but you're going to put down your money, and that's what they said on stage, by the way. You're going to be buying this thing, one price, and that's it. And then you're going to be playing it and enjoying it. It's going to have that Nintendo charm, and for them, it's an opportunity to pull you over to their devices. With Pokemon Go, the strategy seemed to work, even though it wasn't Nintendo's app. But let's see how this works out for Mario.
They're also going to integrate it with like stickers and iMessage and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of cool unlockables to be found in this game too, which is, as a Mario fan, that's one of my favorite things to do, is sort of like clear every level 100%. So yeah, huge news from the Apple iPhone event today, centered around Mario, kicking off the show with Miyamoto. Not something any of us expected, but obviously something we're incredibly excited for. So for all coverage of all video games and Super Mario, even on iPhone, you're already in the right place, IGN.